In this video, I'm bringing you 5 fragrances that I've been doing quite a bit of testing behind the scenes on recently, and they've just been captivating me. I've been thoroughly enjoying these. This is kind of a preliminary review on these 5 fragrances, essentially, even though one of them has a full review already. But I'm just enjoying these that much that I want to talk to you about them. Stay tuned. Starting with what I'm actually wearing today. It's my scent of the day. It's one that I grabbed at Burlington not that long ago, and I've been quietly just enjoying some test sprays here and there, as I usually do with a lot of fragrances during the testing phase. That is Gucci Memoire Dunador. So, very unisex, very chamomile tea type of scent. Lovely. I have some sprays on my chest, forearm, neck. I've got plenty of sprays. I think I have 8 sprays on right now. This is actually quite polarizing. I know it got a lot of mixed reviews when it came out, but it's one that I'm actually enjoying quite a bit. It doesn't smell like anything else I have. And when I can get my hands on a fragrance that's unique in my collection, 9 times out of 10, I'll be able to thoroughly enjoy it, especially if it's something where I really enjoy the aroma, which with this one, I'm quite captivated by it, you know. Gucci kind of stepped out of the norm. They've been doing that more so with their last several releases than previous releases. They haven't gone with the pleasing the masses route, and they've gone the route of trying to make something extraordinary and taking more risks with scent DNAs and scent profiles, and I can truly appreciate that as a fragrance lover and enthusiast. And this is a prime example of that. First of all, I absolutely love the design of this bottle. At the end of the day, the design of the bottle is not the most important thing. It's mainly about the oils on the inside, but you know, definitely quality here on down to even the cap and the atomizer. They did a great job. It looks like they really took their time with the presentation and with the creation of the scent DNA. Like I said, chamomile tea, it has a slight bitter quality while still being herbal with a little bit of fresh muskiness in there as well. It's slightly powdery. It's very lovely. It's very relaxing. It's a soft fragrance. It's not real out there and in your face. It's for those days or that personality type that doesn't want something real in your face. It's one of those days that you just kind of laid back, or you have a laid back personality. This will suit that situation or that type of person. Not a super beast, obviously. Like I said, soft projection. Not really long lasting. I've been getting about 5 to 6 hours with this one, but for the scent profile and what I'll use it for, it's actually right in that sweet spot. It's perfect, and it's one that I urge you to try. Go out to a department store and try this one if you can. They're popping up the rack stores. I've been seeing bottles and gift sets at Marshall's when I was there the other day. They're out there, affordable at these rack stores and online from discounters. Not cheapies, but affordable. They're in that right above cheapy realm, but it's definitely one that I can see being polarizing. I understand some of the, you know, not so positive reviews about it. Try before you buy kind of fragrance, but I'm absolutely captivated by it. I love this one. Really, really enjoying Gucci Memoire Dunador. So another one, this was actually my scent of the day like 2 days ago, I believe. This has a very provocative smell to it. I'm talking about Boss the Scent. This is the absolute flanker. So comparatively, everybody wants to know what's better, this or Private Accord. As soon as I bought this, I started getting those questions, and I see that's kind of a popular question between the two. It's not about one being better than the other, because they're different. They are very different. Private Accord's a chocolatey, coffee type of version of this DNA, whereas this is more rich and robust. It's slightly boozier than the others. The Meninka comes off a bit boozy here. It's warmer and spicier from the ginger. Believe it or not, the note breakdown won't lead you to believe warmth, but there's a lot of warmth here. Ginger's typically fresh, spicy for the most part, but it comes off very warm, boozy, a little smoky. The vetiver's a little smoky and earthy here, and it's so very well blended. Performance is, I'm not going to go beast mode. Longevity wise, yes, it's in that beast mode territory. I've been getting about 9 to 10 hours out of it. The projection isn't overwhelming, but it's consistent. So what you're getting pretty much in that first 2 hours is relatively heavy. You do have a real nice bubble going around you, but after that, it gets a little close to the skin, but it does not get really close to the skin. There's still a real nice trail and a little bubble all around me. That's just, man, the scent on this one, like I said, provocative. That's the best word I could think of. And it's the word that comes to mind immediately, actually, when I smell this fragrance. It's provocative scent. Great for a date night. Absolutely wonderful for the evenings, regardless. Even in the summer, you're going to be in a climate-controlled environment, such as inside of a restaurant or something like that. You can absolutely pull this off on a date night any time of year. Maybe go a little easier on the sprays if you live in the South and it's hot, 100, even at night it's 88, 90 degrees, full of humidity. But like I said, provocative. That is the best word, in my opinion, to describe the scent on this one. The performance is there. The originality is definitely there as well. Boss the Scent, the absolute flanker from Hugo Boss. Another one that I've just been doing test sprays of here and there, really enjoying, and I don't know why I haven't went ahead and did some full wearings with it. I do need to do that. It's one that I'm still spending time with, and I need to spend even more time with. Nothing new, but relatively new to me, is Javanchi Gentleman Only Absolute, another absolute flanker. Basically, take Spice Bomb, and if I'm being honest here, make it a little bit better. A little bit richer, about just as loud. Man, the spices are just dialed up a little bit on this one compared to Spice Bomb. It's going to remind you of Spice Bomb, don't get me wrong, but it doesn't smell exactly like it. The dry down, it kind of transitions. This one's a bit woodier than Spice Bomb is typically. I don't really get a whole bunch of tobacco and stuff like that like you'll get with Spice Bomb, but you can actually get this one cheaper than Spice Bomb, and dare I say, kind of smells a little bit better, and it's definitely spicier. Spicy fragrance lovers need to give this a shot. At the very least, try it if you can. Anywhere they sell Javanchi fragrances, at department stores where you can sample them. You might need to spray this one on skin and spend a little time with it. It's beautiful. And it's one of the coolest looking bottles in the collection because it's got that gray frosted glass. The bottles went through 2 renditions, the older style. The sticker was a little bit different, I believe. But I want to say this one came out around 2014. So nothing new, been out about 7 years. But it smells great. Lovely spicy fragrance. Another one, date night year round. Maybe a little easy in the summer on sprays, but definitely sexy, seductive type of scent DNA because it's so spicy. When I think very spicy fragrances, I think date situations. I think evenings, nights out. That's where this is going to shine. Like I said, a lot of test sprays, but haven't given it a full wearing. I absolutely need to do so because this is an intoxicating scent. If you've overlooked this one or you've went back and forth on do I want to pick it up, you should definitely try it at the very least. Like I said, it's captivating for me because I love a spicy fragrance, and if you do, there's no reason not to try this one. Javanchi Gentleman Only Absolute. For as simplistic as this fragrance is, I don't know why it intrigues me so much, but it just does. It's the newest release from Nautica. It's Nautica Oceans. I have done a full wearing on this one. I ran out and got it the night I did that initial video when I discovered it was available. It was a thing. And it's simple. Sea salt accord and amberwood. And look, it's one of their alcohol-free, vegan-friendly fragrances. So there's a plus and a negative to it being alcohol-free. So I don't know what else is in there because this isn't just straight oil. So it's an eau de toilette. So I don't know what else is in there. But for it not having the alcohol, it doesn't really project. It doesn't really get out in the air. There's nothing there to help make it more volatile in the top. So when I spray it on skin, I do get an oil sheen like it's a parfum concentration, like it's 25% and above. It stays for a very long time. For being a Nautica fragrance, from what I've been seeing, it's about 6 to 8 hours consistently in that realm. But it's very consistent with its projection, but its projection is very weak. So the longevity is there, but the projection is not. It's a very intimate level projection because there's no alcohol there to push it. to really help get that top note out in the air for you guys. But it does smell really good. Synthetic, sure, it's a Nautica fragrance, but it's got this richness because it does not have that alcohol, and it's quite lovely. And look, it makes me think of an authentic seawater, being at the beach, Gulf of Mexico type, you know, Biloxi Beach, Panama City Beach, Galveston Beach, all these, that coastline, the southern coastline of the Gulf of Mexico. It puts me there when I smell it. It has that authentic salty seawater type of smell. So it says sea salt accord, but when it's gives you an accord, it's made up of multiple notes to create that accord. So I'm sure there's some sort of sea salt or sea notes in here because it does have a watery, aquatic appeal. It doesn't just smell like salt and amberwood. So when you see accord, there's a group of notes making the accord. So there's something here making it watery. I would think it's either watery notes or sea notes. It comes off more sea notes because of the saltiness, but it's one that if you can find it for a good price, I say go ahead, as long as you don't have to have something that's really pushing out and is a strong projector. If you're okay with a soft, intimate projection, the longevity is here. This is one of the better fragrances Nautica has released in a long time, to be honest with you. Midnight Voyage was the last one that was even noteworthy. Try it if you can. They're available at Walgreens. That's where I picked this one up. If they have a tester, check it out. Anywhere that sells it, if they have a tester, try it out if you can. Blind buy worthy if you're okay with soft projection, because it's definitely a safe fragrance. It's definitely geared for the hot weather, which is around the corner, and the longevity is there. You can spray and go. Very interesting scent for what it is. I'm actually quite surprised from Nautica. This is their newest release, Nautica Oceans. Then the last fragrance I want to talk to you about is the one that I have done a full review on already. I've worn it on a dinner date already and got 3 compliments, counting my wife that night. I've worn it multiple times since I got it. You might know where I'm going with this if you've been watching. YSL EDT. I had no clue I was going to enjoy this one this much. It works for everything. Versatility is definitely a strong suit for this fragrance. Man, look, I enjoy the EDT just like the next man, but this tones down the projection a little bit, and the longevity too, obviously, but not too much. It's still got its potency. It's above average, but not way above average. It's not a beast like the EDP. And the freshness is dialed up. There's a little bit more citrus here. There's some aldehydes to really give it that bright opening. I really like this fragrance. If you've been watching the last week and a half or so, you've seen this featured a few times. Weekly rotation, an individual review on it, the first impressions video when I got it in. It's just really good. It's really good. I'm really enjoying this one. It's not often I wear a fragrance multiple times in a row, especially right when I get it. I usually wear it once and it might go to the side for a week or two and I'll pull it out again. But I keep going back to this one. I'm really, really digging this one. And if you can get out and try it, if you haven't gotten anything from the Y line yet, you should try it. If you have the EDP, yeah, it's redundant. You don't need it. Don't feel like just because I'm digging it, it's worth trying. If you don't have the EDP, then yeah, I'm saying you should definitely try it. But if you have the EDP, you're golden. The EDP is just a sweeter, more powerful version of this. It's the same scent DNA. But it's one that I thoroughly enjoy, and you will be seeing in weekly rotations on a pretty regular basis, at least currently and in the near future, because I'm really enjoying it, so I'm going to be wearing it quite often. Very captivating for me, for it being a relatively synthetic blue fragrance from YSL. It's one of my favorite fragrances right now. That's Y Eau de Toilette. So that's the 5 fragrances that have currently really been taking a lot of my attention. Really been putting them through the ringer of test sprays on almost a nightly basis or daily basis, where they're on my skin at some point, and I've really, really been enjoying them. Like I said, EDT, obviously I've already done a full review, several wearings. Gucci I'm currently wearing right now, very, very enjoyable and relaxing scent, and these others are just captivating. They captivate me for one reason or another. Even Nautica Oceans has a high level of intrigue for me because of what it is and the fact that Nautica actually did something really good with a fragrance, which they don't do that often. Normally they just make a basic generic cheap aquatic. Here they actually did something that's got a little bit of specialness to it. And until next time, do me a real quick favor, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, because I do appreciate all the feedback and I love hearing from you guys. What in this video do you have or have you tried already? I'm telling you, if you haven't tried any of these, they're all worth sampling at the very least. That way you know if you like it or not. You don't know until you try it. Don't just go off of what you hear, see, and read. Try it for yourself. And until next time, I will say, if you get your hands on any of these 5 and you give them a spray now, might end up thanking me later. Have a good one, guys.